My name is Berman. I'm maintaining the WeTransfer public API. WeTransfer itself, it's a file transfer service. Move your files from point A to point B. We kind of pride ourselves on simplicity and good design. As a part of that mission of kind of trying to make it easier to make things and to share your work, we're launching a public API, giving developers access to our file upload flows so that they can create transfers, not necessarily from WeTransfer.com, but from whatever. I switched careers from being a filmmaker of sorts to being a programmer, and I went to this school called Turing School. All of our curriculum, all of our assignments, everything was all open source, so we could contribute back to that if we wanted to fix things, if we wanted to make suggestions. We were pretty much doing open source from day zero. I think the opportunity to participate in this kind of thing, the community, is massively important to me. The first thing I have that ever got merged was actually to another conf project, was a PR to exorcisms. In its ideal form, open source should kind of go against the whole programmer in a dark closet somewhere kind of stereotype. You're working with other people, you're communicating. You often can spend more time communicating than you do actually writing code, which I think is good because I think it means that the code you write is better. I think it means that you've thought things through, you've considered more viewpoints. So for junior developers, I think it's really key to get involved in open source. I think you learn a ton. The goal is not necessarily to count the number of PRs you've had accepted. The goal is to write things and experience working with other developers. A lot of people are self-taught or they learn kind of in a vacuum. I think that means you don't really learn how to collaborate. And I think that if you find good open source projects to contribute to, you can really start to build those skills that are absolutely key as a junior. That's what people are hiring for. It's so important. It feels like it almost doesn't need to be said, but it does need to be said. The most challenging aspect of maintaining open source projects, I think, is you have to be kind of a diplomat. You're getting all these viewpoints and ideas and things, and you have to be willing to interact with those. The emotional labor or what have you is very taxing. If you're lucky enough to do this as part of your day job, that's one thing. If you're doing it as for your day job, you also really have to kind of defend, okay, why are we doing this thing? And really staking a demanding ownership of it, I think, is a real challenge. For me, I think the collaborative ability is absolutely more key than technical ability. It's easier to help people through technical issues than it is to help people through collaborative issues. Coming from a background in the arts or media or what have you, it is way easier if someone is willing to collaborate with you than if someone comes in and says, okay, tell me what you think about this, and then they don't do anything with it, right? And what's the point? Seeing in a comment chain where people understand, oh, that's the thing. Because I've had those moments and I still have those moments, right? That's the best part about it. So if I could go back in time, I think I would say ask more questions. I think I like many of us, I get into the trap of asking questions slightly too late, or I'll have an idea and I'll be like, oh no, that can't be it. And then 2 days later, it's oh yeah, that was absolutely the solution. And so I think it's both ask questions earlier and make decisions earlier. Even before I started programming, I was kind of interested in the community. And so I think trying to get involved even at that point would have been a really good thing. Whether that's writing docs or helping people promote things, I don't know what that could have been, but I think that would have been smart. Please come, developers.wetransfer.com. Please come use our stuff. I watched that TED Talk by a woman who makes strange robots on YouTube. And she says, the great thing is about making useless stuff. And so I want to encourage everyone to make really just phenomenally useless things using our API. Make useful stuff, make great products, all that stuff. But I think really make just totally useless projects.